Hey guys, it's Maymay, and today we're doing a craft room tour because a lot of folks have asked about craft room tours, and also because I've looked on my channel and I've kind of done one of these like every year, and I thought it might be cool to bring it into the new craft room. So this is my new crafting space, and for those of you who don't know, we now have a craft cottage where we teach classes. I have a filming room, which I'm showing you now, the craft room. We have our store here. Everything is kind of in one location, and I thought I'd take you through and show you all of these little goodies and what all of my storage is like and things like that in case you needed some ideas for your craft room. So I thought I'd start here on the back of my door. On the back of the door, I have all of my punches. Now, most of you know I'm a big fan of punches. And you can see here, I have them in a shoe container. This is just one of those shoe bags that I picked up at Walmart and hung on the back of the door. I saw this on YouTube. I saw people doing it like crazy, and I thought, what a great way to store all of my punches. So I don't have them organized in any way because I can just kind of see through there, and I love it. I can just walk up and grab what I need. So those are punches. So here you can see I have a whole lot of different things. I have some acrylic paints. I have some of those dimensional things like stickles. I have some stamps, all kinds of things in this little area. And I'll just kind of go through and tell you what things are. Here at the top are my bigger bottles of acrylic paint. I just keep those right there with some gesso. I got some chalkboard paint and my Mod Podge. And a big old thing of glitter, which I rarely use, but I didn't want it to get knocked off. So I put it in kind of a high spot. These guys right here are those, they're brand new by Nouveau, and they are dimensional finishes like, kind of like stickles, but not. They're kind of pearly. I just got those. I haven't used them yet. I just thought I'd put them there because they're very pretty. Look at the tops. They have like these little crystals on top. Look how cute those are. So yeah, I thought they were cute to display. Then these guys, this is a little shelf that I'm going to DIY. I'm going to paint it and change it up a little bit, but it's got my little stamps in it that I get from my friend Gareth. Like this little stamp on the bottom. How cute are these guys? So this is some of them. This is not all that I have. I still have another camera, I do believe, and maybe even a couple more, but this is some of them that I have in there. And that card in the middle Gareth made for me. I thought it was perfect in there. Those are my little 1-inch Stampin' Up! Things that came with paper pumpkins, so I keep those there. And then we'll come back this way. Now inside that little glass container is a little bit of everything. I've got some puffy paint, I've got some more acrylic paint, there's some nail polish, there's some sponge brushes, all kinds of stuff in there. And I love the glass fronts because I can see through them to see what's in there. And let me tell you, I found these two pieces at one at an auction and one at a yard sale. And they're actually for photographs. You have little photo books that go inside there, and that's what's normally in there. But I took the photograph books out and used them for other storage. In here you can see I have stickles in this one. In this one it's baker's twine. And then let me move these guys. Down there is embossing powder, and this is all wood block. All three of these are wood block stamps. I like it because it's pretty easy to kind of just throw them in there like that. And then when I need a wood block stamp, I just come to these three drawers and grab them out. Now here I have my Brutus Monroe inks, and then I also have my Distress inks there. I just kind of keep them neatly tucked away. This you might have seen me do a review on, and I don't use it, but I've put it here until I decide what I'm going to do with it, so it just lives right there. These cubes hold a little bit of everything. This first one is Gareth's. All the things I have from my design team package from Gareth is in there. Don't remember the second. Oh, yes, I do. This is like paper bags for mini albums and things like that. This one is punch boards. It's got the envelope punch board, the 1, 2, 3, the flower punch board, all that's in there. This one is gift wrap supplies. This is Punch Place Plus, and then I just stuck my little paper pieces right there, but that's mostly Punch Place Plus. That one I don't remember. Then this is my paper. Actually, not paper. This is cardstock. This is my Nina White 60 pound and 110 pound. That's where I keep that. They're stacked on top of each other. This one I think is wood pieces, and I don't even think there's anything in that one. There might be, can't remember. I keep inks up on top of this paper shelf, and it's really close to my work, where I work and film. So all the inks that I pretty much use are here, but to be honest, this Memento, I've been using this Alabaster from Brutus Monroe lately. This is a really good white pigment ink. Also, my VersaFine usually sits here, but I was using it this morning in a Periscope, so let me bring it over. There's my VersaFine. Then I have my Distress inks here. Pretty much I only use the Vintage Photo, but there's a couple more. And then those Stays On and stuff behind there. Back there, I have my inking supplies, my ink blending tools. There's a little sneaky close to my heart brown that I hang on to. And I have a few more inks in drawers, but that's the ones I use mostly. Now this is how I store my 12 by 12 paper and a lot of my 8.5 by 11 packs. I picked these up at Walmart and they're 12 by 12. They come in 3 drawer sets and I just stack them up. And I love them in that corner and I've still got room to grow. See, look at all that room. Wow, we're going to add to it. Now, I always get questions about my zebra lamps. I got these, I want to say at TJ Maxx. I've had them for a really long time, but I have that one and one across the room. Now, I film right here. This is where I sit when I film videos. So you can see there's my stool. Still got the price tag on it. That's a classy girl. Okay, so this is where I film. And this is my filming setup. That mirror, okay, shows me my phone as it's filming. And I look down. The camera lays right here and faces down. And I just use my phone to film now. I don't even use a camera anymore, just my phone. I have an iPhone 6S, in case you're wondering, and that's what I use. Those black things on the window, you're probably like, what is that? See those little holes in the blinds? Light shoots through onto my cutting mat, and so I had to put something there to block it. So I just use those little black pieces of cardstock. I am looking at blackout curtains for this. That was suggested to me, and I think that's a good idea. So we're looking at that. Now this is probably, this station and the one I'm going to show you next are probably the ones I dig in the most. This is where I have everything really handy. So as you can see, this little tray, I'm trying to do this through the phone, that's funny. This little tray is mostly sticky tape, okay? I've got my Fisker stamp press there. These are some cords for filming. There's a little selfie stick, some tape, and some bigger blocks. Here I have my mini scoreboard, my color pencils, my new masking paper, which I'm using there. There's some watercolor pencils there in the back. And then these are just some standard color papers that I kind of grabbed too. Here I keep my acrylic blocks. I have a pack of gum. I talk a lot on Periscope and I like to have that handy. This is some index cards, and I've found lately that when I need a piece of scrap paper or I just want to stamp something to see what it looks like, these are really handy, so I grab these a lot. Actually did these in a Periscope. These are some new Downton Abbey stamps that I've gotten, so I was doing this just to show them what they look like. But I thought I'm going to hang on to those because I might use those since they're already stamped out. Here I have my, this is for my Spectrum Noirs. I just did this so I could see the colors. Let me move that out of the way. It's just so I could see the colors of what my Spectrums look like. So that's what that is. I have some straight pins. This is my Squeaky Clean from Brutus Monroe. This is Kalal Tacky Glue. This comes from Garrett's store. And then there's my art glitter. These are the refills for my stuff. Then there's the foam tape, the infamous foam tape. So I have my thick foam tape and my thin foam tape. This holds just some miscellaneous stuff. I've got a stamp in there I haven't used yet. These are some blades for the Cricut that were sent to me in a mystery box. And this is my new embossing magic powder pad I haven't used. My wet wipes, my heat tool. A lot of people ask me what heat tool I use. I got this one recently. This is that Marvy embossing heat tool. That's the one I've been using. Then down here, I have a little more. These are envelopes, just some A2 size envelopes. Then these are those pre-made card packs from Michaels. I just keep those handy for when I need those. These pins are actually supposed to be right there, but they weren't, so now they are. Here I keep my favorite trimmer. This is my Fisker's rotary trimmer, and this is a new ruler we're carrying in the store that needs to have a review done on my channel, so you'll be seeing that coming soon, and that's what it looks like right there. And then the filming station. So this is what you guys normally see. Look, I'll do it. Boom. There's what you guys normally see. Here I keep all the things I use the most often. This container holds most of my tools. Like, this is most of Maymay's favorite things in this container. Here is some art glitter glue. There's a Brutus Monroe spray that I used recently. This is what I redo my Cricut mats with. This is a sneak peek that's probably coming to the store soon. I bought these bottles from Edith at Scrapbooking with Me, and they may be a favorite thing pretty soon. Little spray bottle of water. Here I have my corner chomper. This is my angle chomper. This is another corner chomper. This is cool. This is a stamp that was sent to me from Anissa Haddad. This is the coolest thing. The bottom says Maymay. I bet I can't make that focus. Let me see if I can. Focus. Yep, it says Maymay. Oh, it's upside down. It says Maymay, and it has Chinese symbols. It's really cool. That was sent to me. I love it. Here's my crocodile. These are my perfect mini layers, or the mini perfect layers, I should say. And some other little tools in there that I use a lot. Up here on top of this shelf, you'll see those 3 boxes. They kind of have projects and stuff in those. I don't really remember. I haven't gone in there in a while. But you'll see my color burst. This is a birthday card from last year from my friend Gareth. And this is a miniature that was made for me. I think this is so cute. Donna made this for me. I think it's adorable. So it sits there with Gareth's card. These 3 boxes may be empty. I don't remember what's in those boxes. But I love the color. You know I'm a red, black, and white person. So I threw those up there. And there's my crimper. There is some of my embossing folders, my hot glue gun, my Big Bite, my Cuddle Bug, stamp sets and spectrums, and there's always a random candy box. Actually, that was for a project I haven't completed yet. There's 4 little Cricut cartridges I didn't get rid of. I just hung on to those because I loved them. Some miscellaneous stuff. And then here, this is where I film. You guys probably see this. I'm going to back up. This is where I filmed this Crafty Life Live. So that's basically the background you guys see there. And this little cup my mom gave me. I think it's in every tour I do. I love to keep my paintbrushes in that little cup. I just bought this from Blitzy, so it's sitting here on my counter because I think it's beautiful. There's the Brother Scan and Cut. That's where he lives. And then the Cricut Air lives here. There is another rotary trimmer. That's the big one that I love so much. That's the big, like 8-inch cutter. And in that box is the things that came with my Brother Scan and Cut. I just keep them right there. Over here in this corner, I have some other little tools that I don't use as often, but I still want to have them on the top of the desk, so they're in that rounder. My paper towels live back there. There's my other zebra lamp. I've got my camera tripod, and I want to show you guys this. This shelf, I bought this shelf when we moved into this cottage. The people here had it, and they sold me this whole piece, which we'll talk about that in a second. But it has these holes on the side. So I took the Clip It Up clip, and I hang my mats here. These are Cricut. There's my Brother mat. I think that's pretty cool. They just kind of hang on the side for when I need them. Here I have my Clip It Up, and what I have decided is I want to use my Clip It Up for 6x6 paper pads, so that's what's on there, plus some extra 6x6 in that little container. My new mini Bodabra, and in these 2, actually just this one holds all of my chalk paints, the ones that I get from Walmart that I use all the time. They're in there. Then these are cameras that we have for safety in the shop, and I keep those here. So that way if I'm by myself, I can just look out there. I've got ribbon in that box and in this area. These are some cards I made recently in that little basket. I just thought it was cute. Some more wood blocks. These are too big for over there. These 2, this one is virtually empty. I just cleaned it out and have it for storage. But this one holds my, what do they call, mod melts. The whole mod melt stuff is in there. And there's my bingo cage that I'm supposed to be using on Periscope and have not done yet, but we will. Now, this looks ridiculous, I know, but this is all of my new embossing folders, plus I added all my dies in there, all of my little metal dies. So I'm going to go through and get my duplicates out so I can use the duplicate folders for giveaways. These came from the Cricut mystery box, not the spellbinders and stuff, just the Cricut embossing folders. So I'm going to clean all that out, and then it won't be quite as much, but I still have a pretty good bit of embossing folders because I love them. This little zebra thing holds just different stuff. I think it's got some paper in there, just some, that bottom drawer is mostly Christmas stamps and stuff that I've just collected over the years. Some paper there, and then my vinyl. This is the sticky back vinyl. This is not my iron-on. This at the bottom down here is the new stuff I got from the Cricut mystery box this year. So that's what that is. And then we're back to the door. So that is the craft room. That pretty much shows you everything in here. And if you're interested and would like to see a cottage tour, let me know. I'll be happy to film a cottage tour if you want to see it and show you the classroom and where our store is and all that good stuff. Just let me know by giving me a thumbs up or leaving it in a comment in the bottom of the video. All right, guys, have a great one. I will see you on Friday. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.